I'm a midwife and I had my own practice for the last 10 years, but I'm not working as a practical midwife at this moment anymore. So I came to the conclusion that I love something that's called informed choice. There are a lot of people these days, we don't want pain. For example, the United States, we all know there's a high percentage of epidurals there. If you want, you can have your baby watching a video because, yeah, you don't feel any pain, so why not just zapping around until a doctor says you have a boy or a girl, which you already know because you had 25 ultrasounds, so you know if there's a boy or a girl coming out, so even that is not a great surprise. So if you want, you can have your baby that way. If you want to have your baby in a bathtub with classical music and candles around, if you want it that way, spiritual birth, in Holland, you can have it that way. How can anyone expect anyone to make a choice if you don't have the correct information?
So I'm Ping. I'm very glad to be here, and thank you, Galita. So I come from China, and I'm living here for 14 years. I think actually, in the end, the culture or nations, it's like our clothes. It looks different, but when we are naked, we are same. So essentially, I believe human beings, we are the same because we all want to be happy. Because when you are young, you want to be somebody, you know, and because your parents expecting you are become somebody. Because that's supposed to be, you know, because we all should be in the society, become somebody. But in the end, my journey of searching, I just noticed, become somebody is not important. It's important is become yourself. But what is yourself? So that's a long way to search. And here I'm going to sing a song, because today is Women's Day, I think a lot which song I want to sing, you know, because there are so many folk songs come from China in the early times, because in the village you don't have no shops or this, and so the man with the donkey man, and he will with a lot of goods and clothes and all this stuff, food, so and then come from village to sell it. So every time when he came to the donkey with the, because like if you go to the Hickland, you also see the donkey always has a drink, that kind of stuff. So when the girls in the village, when they hear that, then they know, okay, the guys comes, and they are not waiting, they actually think, okay, we are going to check the guys, you know, if they're good for me, you know. So it's very feminist, I like it. So I'm going to sing this song. Yeah. 走透透的那个骡子儿哟，闪灿灿的那个灯，哎呀，带上点儿那个铃子儿哟，哇哇的那个声，哎呀，带上点儿那个铃子儿哟，哇哇的那个声。 白脖子儿的那个哈巴儿哟，朝南的那个哟，哎呀，赶上岭的那个人儿哟，走过来了，哎呀，赶上岭的那个人儿哟，走过来了，你若是我的哥哥哟。 照一照的那个手，哎呀，你不是我的哥哥哟，走你的那个路。
she wanted me to talk about what I do to make a difference in this world. Rajab, he is a cineast. He made lots and lots of movies in Iran. Once he had photographed his daughter of 5 years old, and she had white flowers up, her sleeve was coming down, and for that picture they put him into prison. And now he's a refugee in the Netherlands. His daughter, meanwhile, is about 25 years old now. But that is the mail that I got from Rajab. Let us please, on this International Women's Day, all think of the billions of people that are not free. Also women, also little girls. It's such a coincidence that I started to talk about this little girl of Rajab because I wanted to talk also, there was the coincidence this morning, I already wanted to talk about that little girl that you can see there. That little child, at that age exactly, I was 5.5, got encountered at the radio because there was this big water disaster in Zealand in those days. And I got, at that moment, that girl got very, very, very infuriated with what she had learned with Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ should save the children as he could walk on water. So that was the end of my belief. And it was the first big decision that I made. I ordered my mother to pack up all my toys, all my dolls, and send it to the poor children in Zealand. I was at 16. Now, looking backwards, I can see that I have always tried to connect art with social belief and with social engagement. And maybe I learned that as a little girl already, and I did it all along the road. I always tried to make a difference on helping people in a more difficult situation. Galita asked me, what color are you? And I decided, well, my color is the color of water. I reflect everything that comes to me. It can be, when it's bright and when it's sunny like today, even in the evening, you can see the whole rainbow of colors in me. And if it's sad, I can really get deep and black. And when I get infuriated, I mean, the water is splashing tremendously. And so still, I'm very much involved with the fate of children. And what I do about that as a gallery owner, always I put in art instruments. That is Roberto Rizzo. He came with me to El Salvador in Brazil. It was a capoeira school. And we gave the children cameras and they could make pictures of capoeira and capoeira in their lives. So that's a sort of a belief I have all the time. Make a difference to people. Try always to show them that in yourself you have an inner infinite source of creativity. And within that source you can also give children a lot of self-confidence. And that's what I go for all the time.
Wow.
That's it.
Excellent.